Welcome to this video. This is lesson 4 of unit 6. We're going to be talking about arc lengths. Our agenda for this lesson: we will begin by discussing what is arc length, try some practice problems, and then I'll leave y'all for the IXL work to do on your own. Our objective: scholars will be able to determine the arc length of a circle given an inscribed angle. And our big idea of this unit is still circles. Our guiding question: how do we find the arc length if we know the inscribed angle? So notice here you've got a circle and we've got an angle right here. That's our inscribed angle, and we're wondering, how do we know how long this arc length is here just by knowing that angle? That's the question we're going to answer. To answer that question, we need to know that the total degrees of a circle is 360. So what fraction of the circle's circumference is represented by an arc? So if we have an arc here and we've got the total circumference, what fraction is this arc? Well, it's actually going to be the same fraction as this angle is out of 360. So if we find the degree of this inscribed angle, divide it out of 360, because 360 is a total, that'll give us a fraction. We multiply that fraction by the circumference, and that'll tell us what fraction this arc is of the whole thing. Here's the formula that we're going to use. Arc length equals theta, which is the angle, divided by 360 times the circumference. Let's try a practice problem. So we are told the radius of the circle is 6 inches, and we're asked to find what is the length of the 135-degree arc. So we go to our formula. Length is going to equal the degree measure, 135, out of 360, times the circumference. Now remember, circumference is equal to 2 pi times the radius. So here we're going to have 2 pi times 6. Simplify this and we get 4.5 pi. Now notice that I didn't simplify pi here, I just left it as pi. That's what you're going to need to do in IXL. In this question, we're going to go in reverse. We're told the diameter of a circle is 10 feet, and we're asked to find what is the angle measure. So the angle measure is what's not known. We know the length now. So the length is going to be pi. That's going to equal the angle measure, which I don't know, out of 360 times the circumference, which is going to be 10 pi. We need to simplify this and solve for our unknown here, theta, which you can think of as just a variable, x. So I notice that I have pi on both sides. I'm going to divide pi on both sides. So I get 1 equals theta over 360 times 10. Then I'm going to go ahead and divide by 10 because that's multiplied. I'm going to do the opposite. And I get 1 over 10 equals theta over 360. Then I'm going to multiply by 360 on both sides. And I get that the angle must have been 36 degrees. Which makes sense because if you look at the photo, this is a small angle, so it's got to be 36 degrees. So that's it for our practice problems. If you want more of a challenge, check out the extension activity titled Arc Length Challenge Problems and do those examples. The IXL for y'all to work on is Geometry U3. Please be sure to send me an email or join me during office hours on Zoom every day of the week, 2 to 3 p.m. if you have any questions. Best of luck.